Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. There's an organization in Glens Falls that we follow. We follow because of the work they do in the community, and the president, CEO, up from executive director, congratulations to you, by the way, for changing title, is just so dedicated to this mission that we always invite her on. This is Kim Cook, who is now the president and CEO, no longer executive director, none of that stuff, for the Open Door mission in Glens Falls. So welcome, Kim.
Thank you for having me.
Very nice to have you here. We always like to bring you in periodically to give us updates on what's going on with Open Door Mission. In case people are new to the community and they might not know, can you kind of give us what the mission of the Open Door Mission is?
Well, we're a Christian organization, and we want to help people in poverty with their tangible needs, things like food and housing and resources. And then we want to form a relationship with them and help them to walk out of poverty.
Yeah, it's interesting. There are organizations that do provide services for those in need, but I always like it that you go to one step further and you say, help them walk out of poverty, because that indicates that it isn't just a handout. You know, it's you're saying to somebody, take my arm, you know, let me take your arm. You know, let's get you out of this situation, because I'm sure that you found over the 5 years that you've been there that works, doesn't it?
It really does. You know, it takes 6 years for someone to move from poverty to being self-sustainable. And it's like a roller coaster. It's up and down. And they really need somebody to walk with them through that and offer help where they need. And so we really want to be that for people. And, you know, we just walk with them where they are. Yes,
right. That's a very important point. Probably the centerpiece of Open Door Mission is probably the kitchen. And before we talk about Warren and also donor dinner that's coming up, there's good news about that, by the way, so we're proud to share that with you. The statistic that really stays in my mind that you've mentioned to me is that the Open Door Mission Kitchen program, providing meals for anybody that walks through that door, has hit a benchmark of 1,600 people a month in the greater Glens Falls area. That kind of statistic is an eye-opener.
Yeah, there are a lot of people in need in the greater Glens Falls area. Some people are coming in a couple of times a month. Some of them are coming in 2 or 3 times a day.
Yes, I've got it. Another statistic that really, I asked him, I said, you know, what about the age range? You can kind of understand maybe younger people trying to find their way. You can understand older people, but the majority of people that come through the door are right in that middle age group, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And quite often they're people who have mental illness or maybe are disabled and can't work and they just can't make ends meet at the end of the month. Or some of them just don't have the tools that they need to hold a job and to do all the things that we do in our society to be sustainable.
Yes, there was a big push, and you probably know if you follow the program, that they're moving their headquarters over to Warren Street, where the Warren Furniture Company was, or whatever the name of that was. And you were pretty much ready to move in, and you know, it's Murphy's Law, right? All of a sudden, oh, the sewage pipe isn't big enough. Something like that. You had some issues, right? And you've got them. What's going on?
So we had great planning up front, and you know, we have our phase 1 all done from the walls in. Where we got hung up is that we are having to go from a 3/4 inch pipe to a 6-inch pipe, and we had no idea and couldn't have known what was under Warren Street that we have to work around. It took months for our engineer to work with the city engineer in Glens Falls to come up with a plan that would work for all of us. And then when we got the quote on that, instead of the $25,000, which I think is still plenty to pay for a water pipe, it's not $25,000, it's $100,000 that it's going to cost. And that was outside of what we were already trying to raise, and we just don't have it yet.
I've known Kim for years now, and she happened to mention phase one. There are 3 phases to this project, very important phases to really live up to what Open Door Mission wants to provide for the community, and very well thought out and very well planned. So this shock of an extra $75,000 just stopped the project.
It did.
You know, we have a donor dinner coming up, and when I asked him, I said, "Well, what date is it?" I was confused about it. She said, "Well, we have 2 dates." And I thought, 2 dates? Why do you have 2 dates?
Well, our very first donor dinner about 3 years ago was, we filled the room, and it was the largest room we can find in Glens Falls. So we went to 2 dates, and many other missions across the country have 2, or even some of them do a whole week. So I know that's a little odd in Glens Falls, but we're filling up both nights and hope to have 300,000 to 400,000 people. Or yeah,
Whoa,
I would love that. 300 or 400 people there.
All right, that's quite a showing. The community really does come out and support this. So I want to remind you, it's a donor dinner. It's Wednesday, March 7, and the second one, it follows the next night, Thursday, March 8. It's at Six Flags, The Great Escape, right?
Yes.
And there's a silent auction involved. The ticket prices are more than fair, and the money is going directly into the Open Door Mission to help them get through phase 1. We have phase 2 and phase 3 chasing it.
Well, this will help with that water and sewer
Yes.
and moving into phase 2.
Yes, exactly right.
Everything else is done in phase 1.
Yeah, gotcha. And they're ready to go. So please support them. You do support them, but just a reminder that there are 2 nights where you can actually show up, see other members of the community that support Open Door Mission, have a great meal, music, silent auction, all of the trappings of these kinds of events. And it's March 3rd, March 7, which is Wednesday, and Thursday, March 8 at Six Flags Great Escape Lodge.
And the lodge has been kind enough to let us take reservations longer, so we'll take them through next week.
Oh, good.
So if
Okay.
people want to come, they just need to call the office at 792-5900.
Okay, got it. Boy, you did the marketing thing there. That was
There you
great.
go.
Yes, give me the phone number again, please.
It's 792-5900.
5900. You got that. And of course, please get there. Show your support. Great to see you, Kim.
Well, thank you.
And if anybody will get past phase 1, it'll be you.
We'll get
and
there.
then you'll get to 2 and 3. Yeah, I know. Great to see you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.